We are used to seeing professional fighters or warriors martial arts in perfect physical shape. Some of them have a lot of muscle mass and some just have an athletic body. But today we'll talk about a fighter who looks like a beer lover and doesn't like to go to the barber shop. But he easily knocks out taller and more athletic fighters. His name is Roy Big Country Nelson. He performed in such promotions as UFC, Bellator, and has the title of ex-IFL heavyweight champion. When he was a teenager, he began studying Shaolin Kung Fu, and after some time under the mentorship of John Lewis, a former UFC fighter, he began to practice Jiu-Jitsu. In 2003, Roy fought his first MMA debut. The Roy not only knocked out his opponent with a strong blow, but also had excellent wrestling skills.
For myself, that was the first time doing sumo.
Before Roy Nelson got in the UFC, he had 20 fights, of which he won 16. Roy participated in the show The Ultimate Fighter, where in the first fight knocked out the king of the street fights, Kimbo Slice. And having reached the finals of the tournament, he destroyed Brandon Schaub. After winning the tournament, he officially became a fighter of the UFC. And in the first fight, he received a dangerous knockout fighter and the tallest UFC fighter of all time, Stefan Struve. Stefan was knocked out in the first round in the first minute. The next victory was against Pride FC veteran Mirko Filipovic. This fight was difficult for Roy Nelson, he had to survive in some moments. But thanks to his wrestling skills, he was able to finish off Cro Cop. After defeating Mirko, Roy made a streak of 3 knockouts. They were quite strong fighters. Cheick Kongo, Matt Mitrione, Dave Herman. All fights ended in the first round. Former UFC champion Rodrigo Nogueira also suffered at the hands of the Fat Man. Roy had his last knockout in the last victory in the UFC against Antonio Silva, whom he won by technical knockout at the end of the second round. In this fight, Roy was not happy because John McCartney stopped this fight too late, and he had to inflict a lot of unnecessary damage on his downed opponent. After the fight, Roy Nelson kicked John, but later apologized for his action. Roy lost his fights only the top fighter and former champions of the organization. After leaving the UFC, Roy Nelson decided to end his career in the Bellator Federation. Unfortunately, he lost 5 out of 6 fights. I want to say that in MMA, the appearance of fighter is not as important as his talent and fighting skills. Roy Big Country Nelson was a versatile fighter who had a powerful punch and could also do a submission on the ground.